buddy. See if you can light them up for me.
All right, all right. Y'all ready?
Yeah!
That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Annuity sales issue paid last week. In 8th place, we had Shannon Barnhart with $500. Blake Spooner, $1,200. 6th place, Leticia Pilot with $2,400. Mac Judy, $5,000. Eric Lardy, $10,082. 3rd place, Craig Pitts with $31,300. Stephen Bowery came in 2nd place with $32,500. And in 1st place, our Jen Moore. $139 for annuity sales issue paid. Next thing, NLG IUL sales submitted last week. 3rd place, Andy Cho with $11,860. 2nd place, Peter Orozco with $15,742. And in 1st place with $22,420, Belle Krause. F&G IUL sales submitted. 3rd place, Adriana Adams with $15,120. 2nd place, James Smith with $15,444. And in 1st place with $24,000, Andy Cho again. All right. Final expense sales submitted. 3rd place, Michael Frederick with $7,689. 2nd place, Ethan Drewer with $7,723. And in 1st place with $10,033 for the week, Mark Hutchinson. And last but not least, total sales submitted for this week, top 10. Joe Dukes, $13,820. Marcus Richardson, $14,339. Rob Sarge Wilson with $14,749. Adriana Adams with $15,580. Peter Orozco, $17,598. James Smith, $18,956. Sharisa Thompson with $19,595. 3rd place, Travis Graham with $22,011. Belle Krause came in 2nd place with $25,759. And in 1st place with the smoking $35,860, Andy Cho. That was on the charts for last week. And now, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome the President and CEO, Mr. Andy Albright.
That's right.
Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm about to jump out of my skin, so excited. People are coming on board. The young, sharp, crazy, ambitious. And, you know, I travel a little bit in some circles, some people that are business people, and they say that it's hard or they're not finding any young people that want to make money. I'm going like, first of all, that don't make sense. Like, why would anybody not want to make money? And they said, well, it's the way they are, it's their culture. And I said, I'm finding them. I'm finding them across the country. Smart, intelligent. Now, let me explain something to you. If you have a group of young people in America that don't want nothing, and they don't care nothing about a rich, and then you get a group that wants to be rich and important and powerful, who do you think might possibly be in charge of America tomorrow? Does that make any sense? Like if somebody's trying to win and another person don't even know it's a game. I'm so excited about y'all. Y'all are taking over. I got in touch with Noelle Leventovich. She was headed to New York with one of her little girls. and another little girl that's what do you call it? She come from another country. Will they do that? Exchange student from Argentina, I think. They're going to New York. Neither her girl or that little girl had ever been to New York City, and they're getting ready to blow some money. She was sitting in the airplane texting me, talking about everything. I ain't going to look up text. It was just how crazy it was. And she's like, what we're getting to do in our life compared to the rest of the people. And I was thinking, you know, that's what's going to happen with the people that are blowing up in our group right now throughout the Alliance. You're going to get to experience things in your life that these other people that are not trying to win, you're going to get to experience things that they don't get to experience. And it's not that they don't get to do it and you do it. Well, for me, it is kind of, I like to do it when they can't do it. I get a kick out of that. I'm in a competition thing. I can't help it. I like annoying them, Jane. I'm just going to tell you. It's part of it. You with me, Kyle? Part of it for me is just annoying them. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to get worse. That is my intention. It's going to get worse. So congratulations to you guys and girls and young couples. Oh, hello. Did everybody see the diamond ring posted on band? Done Justin Bailey done got a diamond and got a yes to it. He done put a ring on it. So all you young guys, young girls, young couples that are coming on board, congratulations on what it's going to be like for you tomorrow. I'm so excited for you. It's going to change your view of politics. It's going to change your view of pollution, your view of global climate change. Everything changes. Everything changes when you are in the top 1%. Did y'all know? I don't know if y'all know this. This is mind-boggling to me. If you make $400,000 a year, it's not a month, okay? In a year, you're in the top 1% of America. That's just mind-boggling to me. I'm like, ain't nobody making no money no more.
A lot of people settling.
They settling, Dean. They settling. I don't get it. I don't, no comprende. I got a lot of stuff to tell you. I've been thinking about something. I remember last year, early in the years, in March. In March, I came up with an idea, and I threw it out on an activity call, and it just kind of skyrocketed our sales. So this year has been awesome so far, but there has been one cluster or one disaster or one mess, and it's the beginning phase. Anytime you start a new project, or at least for me, anytime I start something I ain't never done before, it's a disaster. I just get braced for it. The ark that we're building, apparently when we were bringing the forklift trucks in with the wood for the ark, some of them got stuck up. Some of the nails wasn't strong enough, wouldn't go through the wood. But did y'all see the pending post? Forrester's pending. So what's in pending? Did they do fidelity and guarantee yet? It was just Forrester's. F&G. So F&G was posted and Forrester's. Several people have come back that they were extremely impressed. They think it's way clearer, way cleaner, way better than it is when you go on Forrester's website. When you're going on the ark, you can find it better. Imagine when you get every carrier mingled in there and you can see all your pending. It's going to be phenomenal. But we've had some major problems the first 3 weeks. So this is wrapping up the third week. So I think, is this the third paycheck? So third paycheck today. We had terrible production because we were all at the convention having a blast. So we had terrible production. Carriers didn't get us information. You name it. I ain't say we've had every problem because we might have a new problem I don't even want to see. We've had a lot of problems, and I tried to get the word out that we were not going to bill for all access. And a lot of people around the country don't know what all access is. They walk into these hotel rooms and somebody's teaching them, and there's 20 seats or 40 seats, or in Greensboro there's 75 seats. Everybody, the new people think the rooms are free. Y'all need to start educating the people. We pay for that, as in the guys that are on a 60, a 70%, 80%. The people that have been with us 90 days or a year. However you start qualifying, you're paying for, we pay for the hotel rooms. So if you're thinking they're free, you're going to eventually be paying for them. And the bigger guys pay a lot more than the lower guys when they get started. So those hotel rooms, the hot spots, are not free. We pay a lot of money for them. And so I decided to pick up the tab. I said, I'll pick up the tab, or I'll delay the tab, is what I said. I will delay the tab so nobody has to pay for the hotels this month and the month of January. But what I decided to do is I will pick up the tab, okay? So yesterday I put out word that I was going to delay it. What I'm telling you is you're not going to get billed, so you're going to skip a month of all access. I was waiting for a yay, way to go. Amen. It's a big, big, big chunk of change when you look at hotels, 80 hotels across the United States of America. But I'm just like, I knew that I knew that the ARC was going to be a challenge. So what I'm saying is, because there's been a discrepancy or not enough money coming in because of the carrier's delay, and everybody was at convention. We killed it at convention. So because of all that, I'm not going to take any money out for all access this month. Does that make sense? So my texts are blowing up, so I think a lot of people understand it. Okay. All right. So, and my staff is hearing that now too. Caitlin and the billing, accounting staff, they're hearing me say this, so they'll make sure that happens. The ARC is, a lot of people have asked, who do we send feedback to? Bob Grannon is coordinating the look and feel of that. So Bob Grannon, you can check with your key leader, check with your agency manager, and get an email for Bob Grannon with suggestions. And we have some really smart people out there that understand it. Jane, James, Ollemans, people are asking. Bob Grannon is the person to go to. We have, here it is. We're going to do an intense leadership training. It's more than leadership. It's product training, sales training, in-home training, show the plan training, all this. We're going to do 3 days of this. This is the most ridiculous training we have ever put together. We're going to do it in Burlington, March 7, 8, and 9. I should say 6. Come in to 6. We'll have a social. You'll meet everybody. Listen to me. This is 8 a.m. the next morning to 11 at night. I think that's a Monday morning. And then a Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 11. Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 11. This is the most intense training we've ever done. What we want is Alliance Aidens and Alice's. We want young, new people that are coming on board that want to do this. We're going to do it in Burlington, Lakeland, Florida, and Dallas. So far, we've had the most sign-ups for Dallas. We're probably going to have, I don't mean to tell you to quit applying. You need to keep applying in Dallas, because you may be more qualified than the people that we've already qualified, because we're only going to take 50. Same thing in Burlington. I know we do have more slots available in Burlington and Lakeland. Dallas, you can keep applying, but some people that apply are not going to get in. But I would keep applying in Dallas. We're gonna feed you. We'll have a social. We'll have breakfast the next morning, lunch and dinner in both all these locations. So you're paying for the food. All the training and the materials that we give you are free. If you want to look at it like that, it's $199 for 3 days. But here's what we're telling you. We're not going to bill you for it until 6 months out. We think that we will help you write $100,000 production in the next 6 months, and we don't think you'll have to pay a penny for it. But it's $199, and if 6 months you ain't wrote $100,000, you're going to pay for some of your food. So we're financing for it. We're financing it for you, and hopefully you wipe out the debt. Make sense? So I don't know how we can get better with that. You have to send these applications in to Bob Grannon too. Matter of fact, would you just hand those out there, make sure that you can run copies of these and fill them out, fax them in. You can do them email to Bob Grannon. Okay. Saturday, we're having a training. Dean Vagnozzi is right here with me. And matter of fact, Dean, you come back here with me if you don't mind. You might, okay, yeah, you'll be fine. Okay. So, first of all, Dean, I want to show you, I was trying to show you this before it. First of all, we only had F&G, and we were doing really good with F&G. We wrote a little over, let's see, if at $1 million, we were writing, it's $1 million divided by 52, divided by 3,000. We were writing about 10 applications a week, 10 or 12 applications a week at most with Fidelity and Guarantee. Last year we were writing about 10 to 12. This week, you wrote 15 F&G applications with an average premium of $5,500 and 41 NLG for averaging $2,200. So we've went from 12, let's say 10, to 56 applications this week, IULs. Woo! And for $173,000 premium in 1 week. Mike Duncan and Ryan Parker are fired up. They both think that we can get F&G to 100 apps a week. And no, Mike said 100 a day. That's what he's thinking. He said, I think we can get to 100 a day. So pretty exciting. And I think Dean has had a lot to do with that. His book, A Better Financial Plan, that people bought cases. So if you bought a case, you're entitled to come to any of the private seminar trainings that he does. So we're going to have a free one all day Saturday. How long is it going to run? 9 a.m.? 9 a.m. to 5? Yeah. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Dean's going to have a lot of time to talk. There's a lot of people training, but he's going to break out for 4 hours and take everybody that bought the cases of books and do some private training. But one of the things that Dean's been really on me about, he said, Andy, they need to get the people to read the book. I was like, duh, that's why we're selling the books. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I need to show them how to get people to read the book. Because the sequence goes like this. You sell them on reading the book, they read the book, you sell them IUL, you have money deposited in your account. You follow the sequence? A lot of money. So at noon today, Dean is going to talk about, tell them what you're going to show. At noon today, we're going to have a live broadcast. And by the way, if you already have appointments, we're going to video this, we're going to record this, we're going to break it down for you. This is going to be an intense training. At noon, he is going to, you take it away, Dean. Tell them what you're going to do.
I'm going to teach everybody what I do that causes and prompts people to read the book. I'm getting a ton of feedback from the agents that have read it. They love it, but unless your prospects, unless your clients read, unless they're given a reason to read it, they won't read it. I learned that firsthand. Some of you have heard me say this. When I wrote the book, I mailed out 250 books to a bunch of, I bought a mailing list. I thought people would get a book in the mail and they would read it and I'd make a ton of money selling IUL. I didn't get one phone call. Not one. You have to be able to pique somebody's interest to read a book. Most people, I don't know what the statistics are, they're really bad. Most people don't read any books ever once they get out of high school. Right. It's a shame, but that's the fact. Yeah. So if you just give people the book, they won't read it. You have to pique their interest. And I've got, through trial and error, I've got sales tools, and we're going to cover this at 12. But I call this is a statement of one of my clients who bought IUL 10 years ago. Gentleman was 61 years old, and what's beautiful about this sales tool, Andy, is the older somebody gets, the harder it's supposed to be to sell IUL or any cash value life insurance. So this one pager, I will literally sit in front of somebody prospect and walk them through this in 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes, I walked them through an annual IUL statement of a client of mine that people's jaws are literally dropping when they see this. And they ask, what is this? And how do I learn more? I hand them the book, they read the book, and a week later they come in and they buy a big policy. And it's all because I spend 5 minutes and I'm going to teach you what to say utilizing this statement that will pique a lot of people's interest. It's that simple.
Now, at noon today, noon Eastern time, it's going to take more than 5 minutes because you're going to answer, if somebody asks you what this is, if somebody asks you what this is, so what you do is you're going to do the pitch.
Yes.
And then say, hand the book. And then say, if anybody has any questions for you, these are the answers to this. So I want you to,
yes,
does that make sense?
Yes. At the call, I'll spend as much time as Andy would like me to spend. I'll go through this a lot longer than 5 minutes, but because you'll have questions first time seeing it. But I also don't want to overcomplicate it. And that once you get your hands on this, and once you see it and look at it and understand what every number is.
Hey, this is President's Club too, right?
Yes.
It's President's Club only.
President's Club only. Yes. But the point is, it shouldn't take you any more than 5 minutes. Right. With your prospect. It is that simple. There's a lot of numbers on these sheets here, but you're only going to focus on 5% of them. And again, it's not about this statement is not about making somebody an expert on IUL in 5 minutes. It's about saying just enough that they go, they scratch their head and say, really? Where's the catch? There's no catch. Read the book. And people read the book, and it is really that simple. And the success that we have, and again, obviously, I wrote the book. I don't sit with anybody. I don't sit with anybody unless they read the book. If they don't read the book, they're not getting any of my time. And when they do read the book and they come in, I feel like I'm stealing because they come in and it's like they're just telling me how much a month they want to put in, and we're going to give you the tools with President's Club. We're going to give you the tools like this that are invaluable to help you write a lot of IUL. There's the confidence on a 1 to a 10, Andy, is a 15 that this will help make the sale easy.
So tune in, President's Club, tune in at noon. Details will be posted out on President's Club Band, and get with your manager, ask them about it, and then, but no, it's going to be videoed and trained. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you being here. All right, woo! All right. All right. I've got some activity information that I want to share with you, and I hope it's dramatically helpful. Okay. First of all, it begins with a story on a farm. Not shocking for me to talk about a story on a farm. But this old mule was walking around the farm, and he stepped on these boards, and he fell through. It was an old well. Y'all know what I mean, a well where the water is? And it had dried up, and so they covered it up because it was no good. Well, the mule fell through the well and was down in the bottom. He's down there 40, 50 feet down, and the farmers tried to get him out. Well, they dropped a rope down there and tried to twist it around him and pull him out. Well, he'd get catacornered sideways, and they couldn't get him out. And they said, what are we going to do with this old mule? They said, we'll just leave him down there. Ain't no good, nothing, no way. And he's got a lot of experience, and he's smart, but we don't, I mean, what are we going to do? And they said, well, just leave him down there. And one old farmer, he said, no, we can't leave him down there. That jerk will be stinking. He starts rotting. Animals be coming around. But no, we can't leave him down there. He said, we're going to have to bury him. Man said, well, get your shovel. So here's what they did. They went to shoveling. They throw the dirt on that old mule. Here's the only problem. Every time that dirt get on top of that mule, he shake it off. He step up. They threw some more dirt on that mule. He shake it off and step up. Next thing you know, the old mule, he just walked right out of the, he walked right out of the well, and he went on about his business. That's what I need for you, a lot of you to figure out you need to do. When you get dirt through on you and they trying to bury you and forget you and leave you behind, I just need you to shake it off and step up. That if there's one trait that I see among my buddies that make it, is they shake it off and they step up. The opposite of that would be curling up in a fetal position. It would be drugs, alcohol, television, YouTube, Netflix. What's that other television, the thing you do on the internet now, watch stuff?
Hulu.
Hulu. Is there another one? Huh? Yeah, Roku. I don't know what you're talking about. Netflix. All right. Okay. So that's the opposite. Step up and act. Okay. So I got 3 things that I hope will help you just absolutely revitalize, change your life. Number 1, the thing that, and by the way, this it's not that I don't have crap hit me all the time. It's just my ability to shake it off. Right. Inside, I might be freaking out, but on the outside, all you see is me doing the do. Right. I don't even know if I ought to tell this on big conference call, but I tell it with 7 people. I might as well tell it with 7,000. I will watch a movie if you don't watch me. I think the name of this movie, y'all, somebody Google it and make sure it's Kevin something, the Aquaman. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Who's Aquaman? What's his name? Kevin somebody. Y'all don't watch no television? What's wrong with y'all?
Big good-looking guy with the tattoos.
Big good-looking guy. They played Aquaman. Kevin something. Nobody's helping me at all.
Jason Momoa.
No, I'm talking old. Aqua World. Kevin.
There's a new Aquaman. There's a big, good-looking guy.
That's not him. Give me the old one. Look it up. Y'all got phones? And look up Mr. Brooks, the movie. Some of you look up Mr. Brooks, and some of you look up the Kevin guy. Because I want to give these guys accurate information.
Waterworld, Kevin Costner.
That's what, I mean, who don't know that? Who don't know that? What is wrong with y'all? Kevin Costner. Waterworld. He started growing gills behind his ears. Well, in this movie, my man has a other person that following him around that's not real, but to him is real. So for me, you know, I feel like the truth is I feel like Jesus is coaching me because I'm praying all the time. I'm always like, what do I do? And then if I can't get a straight answer from Jesus, I call Goad. I say, listen, I'm struggling, bro. I'm trying to figure this out. And sometimes I get Jeff Bright in here. Kraft gives me some, pointers. Mac's always got opinions. My wife, she's got an opinion. Jane will give me an opinion, So, but I try to, in Think and Grow Rich, they calls it infinite intelligence. Okay? Well, in this movie, my boy has a sidekick, and he is not in infinite intelligence. I'm not pointing at you, Dean. He has a guy behind him, and he can see him, but other people can't. And this guy is telling him to kill people. It's a terrible movie, terrible. So this guy's telling him to kill people, right? And so on one occasion, and this guy has a conscience. He has a conscience, but his like, I don't know, y'all might have a good, what do you call them, a good person on one side and a good, bad one, huh? Yeah, a good angel and a bad angel. My man only had a bad angel. My man did not have no good angel. He had bad only. And this joker was convincing him to kill people. Well, he done had enough. So when the movie kicks off, he done had enough. He's trying to get out of the gig. So he kills this couple, and he has the windows open where you can take a picture of him, right? And so, and his subconscious, or his evil angel says to him, he says, why did you do that? We're going to spend the rest of our life in jail getting raped, and that's going to be terrible. And he was like, oh, I don't want to do it no more. I want to get out of the gig. Well, I was like, that's pretty good, strong self-conscious. He's going to put himself in jail, and then the subconscious evil devil going to go to jail too, right? Well, then he changed his mind. He said, I don't want to go to jail. I said, there he come. He come to his senses. I don't want to go to jail. So this joker, scene 2, he's in his office. This guy's crazy rich. And let me tell you why he's crazy rich. Because he's like a mule. He'll shake it off. He'll shake it off and step up. Does that make sense? This is a bad guy. But he'll shake it. I see good people. I'll have a good movie analogy next time. This is a bad. But let me tell y'all something. The rules of success work as good for evil people as they do good people. The Bible rules work just as good for bad people as they do good. Yeah. Okay? So my man's in his office, and his daughter's there, and his daughter's like whining about coming home from college, and he's saying you need to stay in college, and she said I need to come back from college, and his secretary says, come here, you got a visitor, and she says, very important. He comes out and he waves at the guy, and he shakes his head. He's like, I ain't dealing with that guy. You know, because you got a priority system. So his priority system is, I got to deal with my daughter, I ain't dealing with that guy. Well then, after about 10 minutes, that guy gets annoyed and sends him in there. So he comes rolling up in there. She comes rolling up in there with a dadgum folder, and she hands him the folder. Well, he's sitting there talking to his daughter, right? She's over there yakety yak, and he looks in the folder, and it's pictures through the window. Some dadgum, what do you call them, snipers? With them people look through the window at people when you're getting dressed. What do you call them? Peeping Tom. Some peeping Tom done looked through there and got pictures of him killing people. So he's standing there looking at these, and by the way, they was naked and getting shot. That was an ugly picture right there. So he says this picture, and his daughter, he looks over at his daughter, and he says, I really think you ought to stay at school, sweetie. You understand what I'm telling you? He's looking at a picture of these people that he shot, and the guy that's getting ready to extort, turn him in, or whatever, is out in the hallway waiting. He's talking to his daughter, and he looks at the pictures, and you should have seen his subconscious looking over his shoulder at it. He was like, we're going to jail, Bo. And he looks back at him, and he looks back at his daughter, and he goes, sweetie, I think you ought to stay in school. And he lays them down. He said, but tell me your reasons. What's your top 2 reasons, top 3 reasons? And so she tells him, and he says, well, darling, listen, go home, talk to your mama. I got a couple things I got to take care of. And he hugs her and kisses her, and she goes on out. But what I'm telling you is, what do most people do? And you make a problem worse. You make a problem worse. The guy didn't even want to turn him in. He just wanted to go with him on the next one. You understand what I'm telling you? If he'd have went, he'd have messed the whole gig up. You with me? Shake it off and step up when stuff happens to you, or when you open up an envelope and this, you got your, you know what I mean? It's like kids that get turned down for college. That's going on right now. Just look at that and say, hey, what are we going to have for dinner? In other words, you got to step up and take the next action step. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you my step up. Number one thing is my schedule. I organize and I prioritize. I need for you to start working better on your calendar and your schedule. Number 2, I need for you to decide exactly what you want. Okay? I need for you to decide what you want and then come up with the simple steps for a plan to get it. And then I want you to develop, then I want you to execute the plan. So it's what do you want, do a plan, and execute it. You hear what I said? What do you want, do a plan, and execute it. That's all you got to do. I got great news for you. This is a skill that can be developed. So I'm going to start working with you on that skill. Okay? So the high level is what do you want, plan it, and execute it. The next thing is the third thing is time. The time, I'm going to spend a little bit more time on time because time is the most important thing I think there is, okay? So the first thing about time is if you can control time, or if you have a plan, you are more happy, more powerful. In other words, how many of y'all want to be more happy? Want to be more happy? Psychologists have done studies, and this is what people say their happiest when. Think about this for you, Dean and Gina. If you're happiest when you think you're in charge. How about you, Jane Hill? When James tells you where y'all gonna eat, that don't make you happy. When you get to pick where you eat, that makes you happy. Does that make sense? When you're in control, you feel happier, you feel more confident, you feel more powerful. The sense of control is what takes you oftentimes to a sense of happiness. When you think you affect the situation, when you're out of control, when people are coming at you and I can't do nothing about it, I don't know what to do. Think about that. I don't know what to do. I can't do nothing about it is when you get upset. I can't do anything about it. I'm stuck. That is a feeling of weakness and not being powerful. So, to get the sense of control, which we know is going to take you to time, we need to work on your time management skills so that you feel like this time makes a difference. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to tell you is I don't care how bad you are, if you're the number one procrastinator in the world, number one, how many times do you get sucked into low value things? And now here's the thing, and I'm telling y'all, watching that movie, Jane Albright got sucked into it, which made it great, valuable time for me because I got to watch it with her, picking on her and laughing with her the whole time. Now, the other thing I'm doing is watching this dude. I'm going like, it's what a lesson there. And it's just a movie, but I'm telling you, psychologists get involved when they're writing these movies, and the people that get things done and get away with crimes are the ones that execute, and they have time management skills. The ones that go to jail, go broke, end up busted, end up getting ripped off are the ones that don't keep their eyes open. They're not aware. They're not time aware. Okay, so I don't care how terrible you are, you can fix it, and you can become the most efficient, most effective, most productive person in national agents' lives. So you think about it. When you think about Brant Swindell or when you think about Terry Edwards, you think these guys are organized. They've got a plan. Or Soto, how many he's recruiting and how much he's selling. He's got a plan. He's good. You can become these people because it's not a God-given talent. You don't have to be 6'9". You just have to practice. Listen to this. You got to practice going from confusion to clarity and practice going from frustration to focus. You need clarity and focus. God, I just wish I could put a pill and give this to you. All right. You practice being clear and you practice being focused. Okay? I'm going to do a coin like this. Okay? A second. I'm going to do a coin. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on one side of it, this is a success coin. On one side, clear goals, and the other side, most valuable tasks. Clear goals, what you want, and how to get it. You with me? The coin of success has two sides. What you want, how to get it. What you want, how to get it. What you want, how you get it. What you want, how to get it. What do most people think about? They think about what's keeping them from getting stuff. They think about what happened last year. You got to think about what you want, how to get it. What you want, how to get it. Mac, make me some coins. Make them pretty. What you want, it's called the Alliance Success Coin. What you want, how to get it. What you want, how to get it. Does that make sense? Yeah. We're going to mess them up with this strategy right here. You like that, Bo?
Love it.
The Alliance Coin. What you want, how you going to get it.
Simple.
What you want, how you going to get it. Dude, I'm telling you this right here is life-changing right here. I want to say I made this up. You know what I do? I take this guy's idea and that guy's idea and that guy's idea and put them together and make a brilliant plan. That's all I do. That's all I've ever done. All right, here we go. Every minute, every day, choices and decisions. Everything about your life today has been created by the choices and the decisions that you have made. So far in your life, you've made choices and decisions. So my question to you is, if you want a new life, totally different, become the most productive, Beth, you hear what I'm asking you? Tia, you hear what I'm asking you? Yes. Jane, if tomorrow, if 90 days from now, you want everything to change, when choices and decisions has determined where you are. Handy? Choices and decisions. Let me explain something to you. You need to make new choices and new decisions. That's all it is. New choices and new decisions from what you've been making. No more same decisions, no more same choices. Watch this. Aligned with what you want. You with me? What you want, what you got to do to get it. So everything you do has to be aligned with what you want. Does that make sense? What you want, how you get it. New choices. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I want to talk a little bit of mistakes people are making. I want to get to some people. If you think I'm talking about you, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I am talking about you. So pretend like I was talking about somebody else and it applies to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
One time I got so mad at my cousin, Russell. Y'all know he's a couple $100,000. He's the one who taught me to get an insurance license. One day I was so mad at him. He just kept on and on. That's a hell of a talk, man. That's a hell of a talk. I heard some people sitting right beside me that needed that talk. I was so mad at him. I said, bro, I am tired of you telling me that I hit somebody between the eyes. Every time I do a talk, I'm talking about you. You're the one I've been talking about. That joker started crying. I said, from here on out, when I do a talk, I want you to think I'm talking about you. Dude, ask him. Every day, every time you see him, he said, man, you hit me hard this talk. Man, that was mean. That was mean. I thought I was doing better until I heard you talk. I said, no, you ain't doing no better. I'm glad you're still listening. That's what people do. They always think it's somebody else. I want you to think, that he's talking about Kyle Cater, but it applies to me too. Does that make sense? I want you to, don't take it personal, because then you get mad at me. I got a person jacking up appointments, and they won't ask their upline what they did wrong. I got another one, he make phone calls from the house. You just, look, you want to take a little stick to their head and say, bam, 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 bam. That's what you want to do. You just go like, dude, what are you doing? What do you want? How do you get it? What do you want? How to get it? You got to make phone. You want to get rich? You got to make phone calls from the house. Are you going to get a? Does that make sense?
It's kind of scary that you have that handy. He just pulled it out of his desk. That's a small one.
Hey. Hey. Look here. What do you want? How you gonna get it? You with me? What do you want? Oh, there, dude, the whole place is booby trap. I'm just telling you. Oh, let me say, hey, what do you want? How am I gonna get it? What do I want? Ain't nobody gonna. I'm telling you what, though, you hit a rat-a-tat-tap outside, you're gonna hear a rit-a-toot-toot go right back at him. I can tell you that, bro. Does that make sense? All right, listen to me. I got people I got one have a disaster and don't call nobody and ask them. You know why? Because their ego and their ego is messing up their income. Because they think they know it all and they won't ask for no help. That's why I said I talk to Tim Goad all the time. That's why I got Jim Henson. That's why I got Bob Grannon. That's why I got Gina. I'm surrounded by badasses that can tell me what to do. Does that make sense? I can't do it on my own. I got sense enough. I talk to people that have recruited a person and they've been with them for 3 days and they have not seen a picture of Alliance Aiden. I'm going like, how's that possible? And they're like, well, I've only known him for 3 days. Well, I've talked to him in the first 15 minutes I met him, and I say, do you know what you're looking for? And they go, I'll get him the poster. Like, text it to him right now. You with me? I have people that don't know the dates for family reunion. And I was like, when did you get started? Oh, I just got started. I just got started a week ago. Let me explain something to you. What do you want? How do you get it? What do I want? I want to go to $1 billion. How do I get it? I got to get them to LLC, list, license, and convention. I start recruiting. I get them in class, and I tell them the dates for the family reunion. Hello! What I'm telling you is you got to align your actions. Everything you D-O has to be aligned with what you W-A-N-T-O-O. You with me? N-T. What do you want to? What do you want has to be lined up with what do you do. Does that make sense? You got to quit doing stuff that don't line up with this. You got to quit doing the wrong stuff. I got a man that wants to be married, but won't pay attention to his wife. Like, what the heck? She wants this, and he's going the opposite direction. What is wrong with you? You with me? What do you want? What are you trying to get? Does that make, I mean, this stuff, I want 20,000 production, but I ain't booking 20. Okay, listen to me. Plan, action, plant. So what do you want? What do you plan? What do you execute? What do you do? This is so daggum simple. Okay. Videos. Are you, I have showed so many people how to do this text replacement. So in my phone, I can just type in a video and it goes out. I don't have to look it up. And so many people are like, I hadn't known that yet. I mean, what do you need to be told? 32 times, 33, 34. And so, look, hey, by the way, one of my managers, he was talking to me this morning. He said, I'm so mad at this person. I have told her 13 times what I do. I said, 14, 15, 16. The only thing I know you can do is find somebody underneath her that will listen better, called drive depth. You just keep repeating yourself over and over again. You drive depth and you find some. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm driving depth because there's some new people that don't hear this, and they're going to do it faster than the old people that have been around forever. What do you want? What's the plan? How do you execute it? Okay, so I'm done with the bad stuff people are doing. There's more stuff bad stuff doing, but I just, you know what you're doing. No, maybe you don't. Managers. No, you can't text them what they're doing wrong. They get mad. Talk about it at hot spots tonight. Well, that's Friday night. They're going to be doing the hot spots. Y'all going to have to self-reflect. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to self-reflect, and what are you doing that don't line up with what you want? Okay, there's times you're going to have to come up with, what do I want in business? What do I want in, let's do what do I want in my family and my relationships? What do I want in my marriage? What do I want in my health? What do you want in your health? If putting a Snickers bar in your mouth don't line up with what you want out of your health, then you're doing the wrong thing. It's got to line up with what you want. Does that make sense? If you want to be rich and you are skipping the training on Saturday to do something stupid with some broke people, that is not a brilliant move to do what you said you wanted. You said you wanted this, but what you're doing is not lined up with this. You see what I'm saying? If it don't, what do you want? What do you got to do? What's the plan? How do you execute it? Okay. What I need for you to do is when you, remember the first thing I said, plan or the scheduling? When you look at your calendar for today, after this call, at noon, what are you doing at noon? What are you doing at 1? Every minute, every second of the day, what do you plan on doing? I need for you to be like a sniper, shooting minutes, shooting hours. You with me? You need to be like a sniper. Don't, see, what people do is they act like a shotgun or a machine gun. They can't hit nothing. Snipers, you're not hitting because you're not aiming. You're not getting the results you want because of lack of focus, lack of clarity. This is simple to help you do it. Okay. So here's a question for a sniper. How do I know what is the right thing for me to do? How do I know who is the right thing to shoot? What activity is right? Tell me your aim and I'll tell you what's right. You with me? If you don't tell me what you're shooting at, I can't tell you if you're trying to hit. Are you trying to get rich? Are you trying to stay married? Are you trying to get married? This one young lady, she said, I want to find a good guy. I said, all right, that's your aim. Then I was able to give her the focus of what to look for. Does that make sense? Yeah. I want to be free. I want to travel the world. I want to win Alaskan cruise. What is it you want? Then I can direct you. But until you come up with what you're shooting for, I can't help you. Okay. Is this the right thing to do? Is this the wrong thing to do? Is this the most productive thing to do? Is this the stupidest waste of time? When you look at what you're doing next, is this the most productive thing to do? Is this a dumb thing to do? Is this a stupid thing to do? That's your thinking. It's just yes, no, right, wrong. And the other thing is at this moment. Okay, I've done the A, B, C, D, E. A is the highest priority. B is the second priority. C is a priority, like not really high priority. D is something you ought to delegate. And E is something that you should eliminate from your life. If it's something in your life that is taking you backwards, opposite direction of where you're supposed to go, you need to eliminate that person, that thing, that activity, that addiction. If it's taking you in the opposite direction, eliminate. D, delegate something to everybody else. I want to help you right now with A to B. Okay? This is what I want to work with you on. What is A and what is B? If you do B and you do A, which one gets you to where you want to go faster? You tell me this activity. You got two activities. You say, Andy, I'm trying to decide between an A and a B. You think this is A or B? Which one gets you to where you're trying to go faster? Well, this one's more expensive. I got it's more expensive. My question is, does it get you where you're going faster? Saturday training, Alliance Leadership. The Alliance Leadership, 3 days, 16 hours a day, 3 days, crazy work ethic. Your confidence will go up. Your power will go up. Everything goes up after these 3 days. We believe you will write an extra $100,000 in production. Is that going to get you where you want to go? If you come Saturday, is this an A activity? Is what you're doing a B activity? God help, don't tell me what you're doing Saturday is a C activity. And some people say, well, entertainment. I go, let me tell you something. If you go one of those nosebleed sections, or you way back in the back and you ain't buying no $350 ticket, that is a C, that is an E activity is what that is. You need to eliminate that crap from your life, man. That is not entertainment. That is depressing. You go away from the concert wishing you hadn't been there. Okay. Is this simple? I ain't kidding about the coin, Mac. What do you want? It's a two-sided coin to success. What do you want? What's your action steps to get it? All right. Last thing. And by the way, anybody can switch. If you had to have God-given talent or you had to have a propensity to do this, I would not be excited. But when I see anybody switch from a mediocre performer to a high performer, from a can't get nothing done to get so much done that people can't comprehend how it happened. People say, how in the world did you get all that done in that amount of time? To get you to the point where you can get more stuff done than people can comprehend, it is a skill set, it is a practice, it is so dadgum simple. It's looking at your calendar and looking at all the things you got to do and putting the big rocks in first, putting the A activities in first, and get it filled up with A's, and then don't do the D's and E's, and don't do the C's, and don't do a lot of the B's, because you're never going to get to them. Now, here's some people, this is free. This is not in my notes. This is free extra. It's no cost. Okay, you ready? People are going to get mad about it. Is them getting mad stop you from getting what you want? You say, no. Well, it's going to hurt my relationship. Is this a relationship that you need to keep? No. Then why are we talking about it? How about this one? I told a woman, I said, she's supposed to do something tomorrow. She had a friend that wanted her to do something. I said, is what she's doing, can she get somebody else? She said, yeah. I said, do you think she will kick you off as a friend if you don't help her. She said, yeah, I think she might. I said, is that really a good friend? Like, if you can't help me, I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm going to be your friend the next day. If you have a friend that gets mad when you won't help them do something one time or two times, you with me? You got to decide, is this what you want? So it's understanding, people will get mad. That was my whole point. People going to get mad because you used to go here, you used to do that, and what you've done is you've shifted your priority so that working on their adventure, working on their deal is no longer your high priority. You're working on your priorities, not their priorities. They are going to get mad. Just giving you a heads up. How you going to deal with it? The way I deal with it is I go like, eh. Here's the way I deal with it. Huh? Nah. I want to give you specific examples, but I can't think of any as general. They're too specific because all right, last, and this is big. Intelligence. Do you have to be smart, or what is intelligent? Here, let me tell y'all what intelligence is. I'll tell you the opposite. I just thought about this. The opposite is stupid is what stupid does. Intelligence is what intelligent does. In other words, it's not if you're book smart. It's not if you can do math. It is what do you do in the situation. Here's what I say. You're brilliant if what you're doing is getting you what you want. You're an idiot if what you're doing is not getting you what you want. You a moron if you are not doing what gets you what you want. If you're doing stuff that takes you away from what you want, you stupid. If you're doing stuff that gets you what you want, you are a genius. Because stupid is what stupid does. And intelligence is what intelligent does. Woo! What's that guy that said that? It's stupid idiot. Forrest Gump. Take that, Forrest. If you ain't seen Forrest Gump, you really need to watch more television. Hey guys, fired up about the future. I've never seen it growing like this. The West Coast, Jason and Tawny Carey's business is exploding. The Northwest up there with Brandon and Jake and Jennifer, and it's just absolutely going crazy. We got it in Phoenix with Dukes and Epstein. It's just nuts. Florida's going crazy. Tampa, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. It's just on fire. Let me tell you something. If you ain't getting none, you need to get around us and catch it, because those of us are growing. And I ain't kidding, because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I ain't never seen it growing like this because we're doing bad. And I'm trying to encourage people. And really, if you don't do nothing during that time, you don't really miss anything. But I am telling you now, the wave is moving. If you don't believe it, look on band. You don't believe it, look at the numbers, look around you. Somebody's growing close to you. You need to go get you some. Okay, get your share. Love y'all. Got to go. 12 o'clock. Dean at noon. Dean's going to be there at noon. All right. Y'all ain't got to leave mad.